Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What I got for you today is a little bit different. What you're about to watch is one of my first attempts at doing a revival, one of my first attempts at making a YouTube video in general. And needless to say, it did not go that well, and that's why I've been sitting on the footage all this time. Never really planned on throwing together a video, making something out of it, but the particular outboard motor that I was working on at the time has kind of come back into use now, and everything that I got sitting around here. It's about the beginning of duck season here in Wisconsin, and I got a little bit of a plan, I guess, to take that motor and the boat that it's on and kind of turn that into my duck boat for this year. So going to be working on that again here pretty quick, or at least just getting it going again. But the video that you're going to see is when I first picked it up and first got it running. So just a quick little backstory here. It's that Johnson 9.9 sitting right there on the back of that 14-foot aluminum boat. I picked that up for $10 at a rummage sale. It had been fully submerged in a river. I don't know how long. It may have only been a couple hours, could have been a day, not sure. But the inside was just completely full of scum and mold and everything else. But she did end up being a runner, and it's a good motor, and I've been using it ever since. So I hope you enjoy the absolute mess that is about to ensue. Have a laugh at my expense. Fair warning, there is absolutely nothing informational about the video. It's pretty short, so hope you enjoy it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another day in the shop. I picked up this Johnson outboard. It's a 9.9. Picked it up at a rummage sale last weekend for 10 bucks, which I thought was a pretty good deal. It pulls over. I'm not sure if it has spark. People said they left it on the boat in the river during a rainstorm, and I don't know how many years ago that was because it looks like it's pretty old. But anyway, they can't get it running, so they sold it. And right now I have another Evinrude Sportwind 9.9 in the back of my boat. This one's newer, same horsepower, but why not take the newer motor, I guess, right? And this one has an actual, I don't really know what the difference is in the props, but this one has a nut on it and the other one just has a cotter pin. So, I mean, this one's heavier. All around, just a better motor. If I can get it going, my plan is to throw it on the back of the boat and then sell the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started working on this, and we're going to see if we can get it running. Just spent a significant amount of time scrubbing out the inside of the engine. I had it out in the driveway there, just washing it out, and then dried everything out with the old leaf blower. That works pretty darn well if you need to dry something in a hurry. But you can see it cleaned up pretty dang nice. It used to be full of all that black garbage. Kind of just looks like river scum. You can see a little bit of it left down on the bottom there. But clean enough for me. I'm happy with it. A lot easier to work on. It does pull over. I'm not sure if I've filmed it in the last video. I think I did. She does have spark, but I'll prove it to you one more time. So really we have spark. There seems to be a decent amount of compression there. All we're missing is fuel. So I tried to hook up my current gas tank to the inlet here, and it leaks quite a bit. I'm not sure if this is missing an O-ring, but I'll play around with that in a little bit and see if I can get it to fit a little bit better. But for the time being, let's throw some carb cleaner in there and see if it'll fire off. Well, that's good enough for me. Let's get into that fuel system and see what else we can find. Big holdup was that right there. You're looking at the contents of the carb. And I should have filmed it, but I didn't. I was not filming any of that. Son of a bitch. This is probably one of the worst videos I've ever thrown together, but long story short, these things are super simple, really easy to get apart. If anybody does have any specific questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. All right, so there she is, the $10 10-horse outboard motor. So at the very least, I hope you got a laugh out of that. I mean, if nothing else, you can see what you can pick up at a rummage sale for $10. You just got to get out there and look for the deals, I guess. But like I said, that's been a good motor. I've been using it for 3 years now, just puddle jumping around here and catching panfish. It's been great. And you can see, as easy as you think it would be to press record and just talk to yourself while you're doing things, at least for me, not always that easy. I would like to think that I am getting at least a touch better at throwing these things together, but there is a lot more coming on the channel. Going to be doing a lot this winter. We've got more work to do on the Skidoo Everest here. Going to be pulling this 60 horse 4-stroke Yamaha off of this boat, going over it and getting it ready because it's going to be a backup for this Larson. We still have to throw this 85 horse force back together. That's going to be another absolute mess, budget rebuild, I guess, if you want to call it that. More like just a budget fix. I would be surprised if we're going to get more than 1 or 2 runs out of that. Might get torn down in the end and sold for parts, or I might end up ripping it down and taking the powerhead to a machine shop and rebuilding it the right way, although I don't really want to dump that much money into it because in the end it's still a force. But I want to have that ready to go for next summer. We're going to try and use it at least once or twice, but I want to have this thing ready to go on a stand because that's going to be the backup for that boat. And then I'm going to be searching on Marketplace for like a 40, well, yeah, probably another 40 to 60 horse outboard for this aluminum fisher. Still hoping that we can get a title for that and keep it as a decent fishing boat. I'd like to get at least a 50 horse for it. Another 60 horse would be ideal, but I think this will safely accept up to a 75 horse. I'll have to check on the plate for that. And then other than the boats and sleds, we're going to be finally getting back to the F-150 here, the 78. I just ordered a bunch of parts for this thing. They're slowly starting to show up. And we're going to be slapping that back together and hopefully going to be towing this boat around with this truck next summer. Still got the big old dirty F-250 sitting out there, although that still has the original TTB front axle on it. And TTBs are doing TTB things. Desperately needs an alignment to the point that I almost can't drive it anymore. And that's something that I can't really do myself. I've attempted to do it. I've replaced the adjustable camber bushings in there, and I just can't quite get it right. Seems like I make it a little bit better, and then it immediately gets 10 times worse. And for what it's going to cost me to take that into an alignment shop, it's almost just worth saving the money and buying the components to do a solid axle swap on that. No idea if I'm ever going to get around to that, but it's a definite possibility for the future. But like I said, for what it was going to cost me to take that in and get it aligned, I may as well have just bought the parts for the F-150 and slap that back together and ride it around, or rather drive it around. So that's just a quick rundown of everything that I have going on around here and what you guys can expect to see more of in the future. The channel is quickly approaching 500 subscribers. I know it's probably not that big of a deal, but to me that's a milestone that I never thought we would reach. So thank you to each and every one of you that have been pressing that button. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I don't think I'm ever going to be the type of person that pauses the video to tell you to like and subscribe. I honestly find that slightly annoying when channels do that, but I know statistically it's probably the thing to do if you want to grow your channel. But in my opinion, if I put out good content and it's entertaining, you guys will just come back of your own free will and things will grow organically. But again, that being said, like I said, can't thank you enough for each and every one of you that are coming back. It means the world to me, so thank you very much. I am thinking about doing maybe a few more tool reviews in the future. It seems like you guys really like those. And I know, I mean, me personally, before I buy something, I head straight to YouTube and see if other people are happy with it or not. And this shop is pretty much powered by Amazon and Harbor Freight, as much as that kind of is a bad thing due to all the shit from China. When you're a middle-class American, there's not really a whole lot you can do there. Especially when you got everything else that you need to pay for. A lot of the stuff that I do in here requires specialty tools, things that I'm only going to use once and then might not touch for another 5 years. So it's not really cost effective to go out and buy top of the line stuff if it's just going to sit in the drawer. So I do have a lot of stuff around here that's, like I said, kind of in the specialty realm, but on the lower end quality. And it's stuff that other people might be using too, and a lot of it's pretty good, so I might be going over some stuff like that in the future and adding that to a different section of the channel. With that, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Going to be a lot more videos coming soon, and until I get the next one up, take care and we'll see you soon.